December 7th, 1941, a date forever etched in the annals of American history. On this day, the United States, seemingly an ocean away from the ravages of war engulfing Europe and Asia, found itself thrust onto the global stage in a manner it could never have anticipated. The tranquility of a Sunday morning in Hawaii was shattered by the roar of engines and the deafening explosions of bombs raining from the sky. Pearl Harbor, the very symbol of American naval might in the Pacific, was under attack. In the aftermath of the assault, amidst the smoldering wreckage and the heartbreaking loss of life, one thing became abundantly clear: everything had changed. The world would never be the same. To truly understand the events of that fateful December day, one must journey back to the decades preceding the attack. For it was in these years that the seeds of conflict between the United States and the Empire of Japan were sown. Japan, a nation undergoing rapid industrialization and militarization, harbored ambitions of dominance in Asia. These ambitions, however, clashed with the interests of the United States, which had long maintained a presence in the Pacific and was determined to uphold the principles of free trade and open markets in the region. As the 1930s gave way to the 1940s, tensions escalated, fueled by Japan's increasingly aggressive actions in China and Southeast Asia. Diplomatic efforts to resolve the impasse faltered, and the two nations found themselves locked in a dangerous game of brinkmanship. The idyllic setting of Pearl Harbor on the morning of December 7th belied the impending catastrophe. The sky was clear, the water a deep blue, and a gentle breeze rustled the palm trees. The men of the Pacific Fleet went about their routines, unaware that hundreds of miles away, Japanese aircraft carriers were steaming towards their target. At 7:55 a.m. local time, the first wave of Japanese planes, launched from their carriers under a cloak of secrecy, appeared in the skies above Pearl Harbor. They carried with them a deadly payload, torpedoes, bombs, and machine gun fire. Their mission to cripple the US Pacific Fleet and deliver a blow so devastating that America would be forced to negotiate from a position of weakness. Section 4. The day the sky turned black. The attack on Pearl Harbor was a masterpiece of surprise and military coordination. Japanese planes swooped down on their targets with deadly precision, catching the Americans off guard. Battleships moored in neat rows became sitting ducks for torpedo bombers. Airfields were strafed, hangars set ablaze, and aircraft destroyed on the ground. The sky above Pearl Harbor turned black with smoke and anti-aircraft fire, the air filled with the deafening roar of explosions and the screams of men. Amidst the chaos and carnage, acts of extraordinary bravery unfolded. Sailors, many of whom had been asleep in their bunks just moments before, rushed to their battle stations, determined to fight back against overwhelming odds. Pilots, their planes still on the ground, scrambled to get airborne and engage the enemy, but the Japanese attack was relentless, wave after wave of planes hammering at the American defenses. Section 5. America Awakens. The attack on Pearl Harbor lasted just 2 hours, but in those 120 minutes the course of history was forever altered. When the smoke finally cleared, the devastation was staggering. 4 US Navy battleships lay sunk at their moorings. Another 4 were heavily damaged, and countless other ships were crippled or destroyed. Over 2,400 Americans were dead, and another 1,178 were wounded. The pride of the US Pacific Fleet lay in ruins. News of the attacks spread like wildfire across the United States, plunging the nation into a state of shock and disbelief. The day after the attack, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, his voice trembling with emotion, addressed a joint session of Congress calling December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. With these words, he declared war on Japan, and the United States was thrust into the maelstrom of World War II. Section 6. A legacy forged in fire. The attack on Pearl Harbor remains one of the most pivotal events in American history. It marked the end of the nation's isolationist policies and its entry into World War II, a conflict that would reshape the global order. But beyond its geopolitical significance, Pearl Harbor also stands as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. From the ashes of that terrible day, a nation rose, united in its determination to defend its values and defeat tyranny. Today, the USS Arizona Memorial, a solemn and poignant reminder of the sacrifices made that day, stands watch over the waters of Pearl Harbor. It serves as a beacon of remembrance, a place where visitors from around the world can pay their respects to the fallen and reflect on the lessons of history. The legacy of Pearl Harbor is one of both tragedy and triumph, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can overcome adversity and emerge stronger than ever before.